Welcome back, students. In this video, we're going to cover lesson 5-1. So we're finally in module 5. This is angles of triangles. Our standard for this topic is right here, GR 1.3. Excuse me. All right, so we'll get into the vocabulary. So an interior angle of a triangle is an angle at a vertex of a triangle. So that's a really weird way to tell you that the interior angles are at the points. The sum of the measures of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So the whole thing is 180, and that's always, forever and ever, amen. So we have three classifications based on side length. That's scalene, which that means that none of the sides are the same length. Isosceles, which means that the two sides are congruent, and that kind of goes together. And then equilateral means all three sides are congruent. All right, and three classifications based on angle measure, so acute, obtuse, and right. So obviously, if you have a right angle, you have a right triangle. If you have an obtuse, that would be an obtuse triangle. And if your triangle has neither an obtuse or a right angle, then it's an acute triangle. All right, so theorem 5.2, so your exterior angle theorem. So the measure of the exterior angle, so that's this guy, is equal to the sum of the measures of the two remote interior angles. So measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 3 equals the measure of angle 4. Notice 2 is left out, and it's because 2 and 4 touch each other. So when you're talking about an exterior angle, the remote angles, so your remote angles, or remotes I'll say, are 1 and 3 because they don't touch that exterior angle. You can have, each triangle has 3 exterior angles. You could draw one out here and one out here. If this one outside of C, it would be these two would be the remote. If you're talking about this guy, it would be 2 and 3. It's whatever doesn't touch. So in this case, 2 touches it, so 1 and 3 would be the ones that don't touch. All right, so let's move down here. Excuse me. Example 2. Find the measure of angle DAB in the front face of the building. So DAB, we're talking about this one. So we'll just say DAB. So DAB, it's this angle. And it's going to include this equation. All right, so remember, this is an exterior angle, so it's going to equal the sum of your two exterior angles, so B and C. Notice A's touching it, so it's not a remote. So we would say DAB, equals, and I'm going to call them angle B plus angle C. So we're talking about angle B, angle C. So now we just plug in our equations. So we have, I'm going to try to do this, try to get better about you being able to see what I'm writing. So 12x, let me just try to get a whiteboard put in behind me, and then I can maybe switch from here to the camera on the laptop. All right, so DAB, we just substituted, equals angle B. Angle B is 6x minus 4 plus angle C, which is 65. So now we're going to combine our like terms and solve for x, and then we're going to plug x into this, which is the equation for angle DAB, because that's what they're asking for. So 6 is smaller than 12, so I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. These guys are going to cancel out. 12x minus 6x is 6x. Plus 7 comes down. The equals comes down. I'm going to combine these before I drop them, okay? Let's do this. All right, so -4 and a positive 65 is going to be positive 61. So I'm just going to bring it over here. All right, so 6x plus 7 equals 61. Subtract the 7 from both sides. We're trying to get x isolated. So 6x equals, so 61 minus 7 is going to be 54. So 6x equals 54. Divide both sides by 6. 54 divided by 6, x equals 9. Well, my focus is not great here. There we go, a little better. All right, so x equals 9. Now we need to plug that into, so DAB equals 12x plus 7. All right, now we're going to, so x being 9 plus 7. All right, 12 times 9 is 108. We add 7 and we'll see that angle DAB is 115 degrees. All right, scooching down the page. So this is a you-do. I'm going to give you just a little bit of background info just to kind of help out. So they want XYZ. So XYZ goes this way, and it includes this. For those listening and not just taking notes, you'll notice that angle Z is 45 degrees and angle W is 3x. Those two angles together, so 45 plus 3x is going to equal angle XYZ, which is 5x plus 15. That's how you're going to solve for x, and then you're going to plug x back into 5x plus 15 to get what it's asking for, which is the measure of that angle. So we're going to flip over. Just make this a little easier. Okay, example 3. Sorry, okay. So we got a part A, which they want BAD, and a part B, they want BAF. I get this paper to lay down. So let's do BCD, excuse me, God. BCD. So this angle, which includes that equation, and then let's flip over. Sorry, put another color here. And BAF. So BAF, which is including this angle. So notice we have a right angle here. This guy's pointing on for this side. We got a right here. Something to point out. Notice from here to here. This is a straight line. This cuts that straight line. So two angles from a straight line is a linear pair. So because that's a linear pair, this is 90 and this is 90. This is just important to know when they're not 90, because you'll have to remember when you have one side of that, you'll subtract it from 180. But if it's 90, 180 minus 90 is always 90. So looking at BCD, so this is a right triangle. So 180 minus 90 means these two are complementary. So for part A, angle BCD plus angle DCB, DBC, goodness, they both together are going to equal 90 degrees. So this angle plus this angle equal 90, because the other angle is 90. All right, so let's just plug in. So we've got BCD is 2x minus 2, and DBC is x plus 8. And they both equal 90. So I have a 2x and I have a 1x 2x plus 1x is 3x. Now, next to that I have a -2 and a +8. -2 and +8 is a +6. Just trying to combine things here for you. All right, subtract 6 from both sides. These cancel. You got 3x equals 90 minus 6 is 84. We divide both sides by 3, and you will discover that x equals 28. So now we need to plug the 28 in so we can give them the answer here. So I'll just go under here that BCD is 2x minus 2. So that's 2. X was 28. So 28 minus 2. 2 times 28 is 56 minus 2. That means BCD is 54 degrees. Don't worry, we're going to put it over here that this equals 54 degrees for A. Okay. Let me just put another equal sign so it... There we go. All right, so now BAF. Let's just... So part B. Angle BAF. All right, so BAF's right here. Notice it's in a right triangle with angle F, or BFA. We're going to go this way. And since we're saying BAF, we're going to say AFB for this guy so we don't get too confused. AFB. So, but this angle plus this angle equal 90. Because this is the other 90 for the 180 degrees for our triangle. So, we have 5/4 y minus 45 plus another y equals 90. So 5/4 y minus 45 plus y equals 90. Now let me just scooch up here a little. I want to remind you guys that y is the same as 1y. Everybody agree? Cool. Which is the same as also 4 over 4y. I'm doing that because 5/4 plus 4/4, which is what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna bring it down and make it 9 over 4y, because 5/4 y plus 4/4 y, which is the same as this, is 9/4. Now, before we go down, we're gonna go ahead and add the 45 to both sides. So these cancel, and it equals 135. All right, so you got two things you can do here. You can take your calculator and put 9 over 4. I'm sorry, 4 over 9, because you would be, and then multiply it by 135 because you're taking the reciprocal. But we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. We're going to multiply both sides by 4 to get rid of the fraction. Those cancel. 135 times 4, excuse me, is 540. So 9y equals 540. Divide both sides by 9. See what you did, multiplied by 4 divided by 9, which is 4 over 9. These cancel. Y equals it, and it's crapola. Hold on 1 second. Oh yeah, y equals 60. Sorry. All right, so now we plug this in. So BAF. So you can do this two ways. So y equals 60. So this is 60. 90 plus 60 is 150. That makes this guy 30. But I want to show you with the math. So 5 over 4 times 60 minus 45. So 5/4 times 60 is 75. 75 minus 45 is 30. So we just say up here 30 degrees. Okay, hopefully everything makes sense. I know it's a lot of math on the page, That's why it's better to listen than it is to just take the notes. So parents, if you're nearby, I'm sure you're not, because there's no way my voice is getting near the parents if the students have anything to do with it. But if you're listening, it's better to listen, for them to listen, than just to take the notes. All right, so example 3. Now this says part D only, and it's because this is a bigger problem. So they only want this. So I'm going to help you out by showing you. Hopefully most of you are ahead of me. So YWX is this, which is this. Notice this guy. So for those listening and not just taking notes, you'll see the angle they want plus that other angle equals 90 because this guy. So that's how you'll go about solving for that. The practice, we did 1 through 12. So just ignore what was on the sheet. I apologize. I changed that up after I printed it. Down at the bottom, so the measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the measures of the two remote, hopefully you already know, interior angles. Number 2, just below, I'm going to let you answer. I'm going to try this. Was making a video earlier and had to stop because of technical difficulty. So I'm not going to write this down on the actual page, but I'm going to say it out loud. So if you are listening, the bonus word for this video, and it's worth 5 points, is rewind. So if you send me a message in Focus and you just put rewind, I'll know it's from this video and I know you were listening, and I'll give you 5 bonus points. Okay, so I'm not going to go too low because I don't want you to see the word, but yeah, number 2, you answer that on your own. If you have any questions, let me know. If you are new to the channel, please consider liking this video and subscribing. Teach geometry at a high school in Jacksonville, Florida. So this is mainly for the students, but you've stumbled upon me through YouTube. Welcome. Hopefully my accent isn't too thick for you. Until next time, though, have a good night.